Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This is our second unit, Ecology. As far as I remember, we are already done with unit 1, that was understanding environment, in which we studied about environment and why environmental science is important for us to study. Now coming to our second unit, Ecology, we need to understand what ecology is. Ecology is the study of how organisms interact with each other and with their physical or non-living component. The term ecology was coined in 1866 by the German biologist Ernest Haeckel. It comes from a Greek word oikos, meaning house, and logos, meaning study or science. There are two factors of ecology. First is the abiotic factors that we already know. We have already studied about these biotic and abiotic factors in our previous lectures. So abiotic factors include sunlight, temperature, soil, water, atmosphere. The biotic factors, it includes all living organisms like plants, animals, birds, microorganisms, etc. So in this slide, you will get to see different organisms with different, they are doing different interactions between themselves and at the same time with their non-living components. So basically studying of these interactions between the organisms and with their non-living component is called as ecology. This water hole, this picture can give you a unique glimpse of how or what ecology is. All living organisms together interacting with each other and with their non-living component. There are different levels of ecology. We study ecology at different levels, and it starts from an individual. Individual is a single or a one individual or one species. And when these different individuals, or when this group of individuals of the same species, they start living together in the same area, they form a population. For example, in this picture you can see a group of deer living together, so they form a population. So when different populations like population A, population B and population C, they start living together in an area, they form a community, and all these communities in an area plus all the non-living components of that particular area, like population A plus population B plus population C plus the non-living component, it forms an ecosystem. So when all the ecosystems, they come together, they form the biosphere. So biosphere is basically that part of the earth which contains life. Now we have different types of ecology. Population ecology, in which we study the factors impacting the number of individuals of a species in an area. Community ecology is the study of how these organisms interact with each other and the environment. Ecosystem ecology is the study of how this energy flows in and out of the system from one organism to another organism, and how the chemical cycles function in a given area. Chemical cycles are water cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, that are important for our life to sustain. Organism ecology is the study of physiology and behavior interacting with environmental challenges. So, importance of ecology, it helps us to understand how our actions are affecting the environment. It shows the extent of damage that we have caused to the environment. Basically, the lack of understanding of ecology has led to the degradation of land and the environment. So, with this knowledge of ecology, we are able to understand which resources are necessary for the survival of different organisms. And all organisms require energy for their growth and development. So lack of this ecological understanding leads to the overexploitation of energy resources. And this ecology, it encourages us to live in harmony with the other species. Ecosystem is basically, it's the structural and functional unit of ecology, where the living organisms interact with each other and the surrounding environment. In other words, an ecosystem is a chain of interaction between organisms and the environment. This term was first coined by H. Tansley, an English botanist, in the year 1953. So, an ecosystem, it can be very small, like a flower pot, or it can be as big as an ocean. Now you'll ask me, maybe how this small flower pot it acts as an ecosystem. I'll just I have put it here as an just to make you understand as an example. Suppose asha gamla ka asan asha mazak posh kul lagawan. So basically posh kul lagawan asha na myth machi lagawan. So basically interaction going between living and non-living component pache satrama aab and the plant can use your water and it starts taking up nutrients, it starts its growth, it will start making its own food in the presence of sunlight, it will take carbon dioxide. What interaction guys start between living and non-living components they start, and plus insect plants nation and other plants so basically a ecosystem because system a small system interaction between living and non-living component and automatically ecosystem, but it's a very small ecosystem. So an ecosystem can be as small as a flower pot and it can be as big as an ocean, because oceans are the largest ecosystems of the earth. They support the millions and millions of biodiversity. There are various types of ecosystem based on nature. We have natural ecosystem and artificial ecosystem. Based on duration, there are an ecosystem can be a temporary ecosystem or it can be a permanent ecosystem, and based on size there are small or micro ecosystems or macro ecosystems. The natural ecosystem includes it has two categories: terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. Terrestrial includes forests, grasslands, deserts. Aquatic ecosystem includes marine water ecosystem and freshwater ecosystem. Marine is basically seas, oceans, estuaries, etc. Freshwater is ponds, lakes, rivers, streams, etc. And artificial ecosystem is aquariums, crop fields, flower beds, parks, gardens, etc. Temporary is something or any ecosystem that is temporary for a small period of time. It's a temporary ecosystem, and permanent is like forest or a lake. A flower pot, it can be a micro ecosystem, and an ocean, it can be it's called as a macro ecosystem or large ecosystem. So what are the terrestrial ecosystems? Terrestrial ecosystems are exclusively land-based ecosystems. We have different types of ecosystems under terrestrial, like forests, grasslands, tundra, and desert ecosystem. So starting with forest ecosystem, a forest ecosystem, it consists of plants, animals, microorganisms that live in coordination with the biotic factors of the environment. So major functions or these forests, like they help in maintaining the temperature of the earth, and they help in absorbing carbon from our earth. So they are also called as carbon sinks or carbon absorbers. So forest ecosystem, it contains large number of flora and fauna. It has highly diverse population of flora and fauna. The population is dense and rainfall is high. So grassland ecosystem, the vegetation is mainly dominated by grasses and herbs. Temperate grasslands and savanna grasslands are some of the examples. Tundra ecosystems are basically devoid of trees. Trees are absent and are found in cold climate or where rainfall is scarce. These are covered with snow for most of the year. Most of the time they remain covered with snow. The ecosystem in Arctic or mountain tops is tundra type. It is the coldest ecosystem of the earth. Now coming to the desert ecosystem. Deserts are found throughout the world. These are regions with very little rainfall. The days are hot and the nights are cold, and the organisms, the flora fauna, it's like compared to forest, it's less. And these flora and these animals and plants have got special adaptations to conserve water. Thank you. This is all for today. So in next lecture we will cover the aquatic ecosystem.